Click on the link right below this video to hear it's about a 25-minute long video that I made where I play portions of Brent Spiner's Dreamland and show how the story in Dreamland matches the story in my nonfiction novel called The Forbidden Abyss Part 1. It's just click on the link right underneath this video and you can watch it, or you can view it at my website at it's at gabrielchana.com. But click on the link below this video to hear it, and you'll get to hear the portions of Dreamland which parallel my story in The Forbidden Abyss. Loree McBride. Let me show you something here. You see this? This is Dreamland, and in Dreamland he made this for me. Let me tell you why I know this. First time I heard this, I just cried. I couldn't stop crying for 15 minutes. The whole storyline here resembles the relationship between me and Brent. And let's get some more light on here. First of all, it says it starts off with city streets. When Brent introduced himself to me, he used the words, "I want to rape you" on the phone, and I hung up on him. It was like, oh, who is this creep? That's exactly how this storyline opens up. Okay? City Streets shows the beginning of my relationship with Brent, which would be about 1990, 1991, around that time. I don't have the best camera here. Then you go to 2 and 3 is when I figured out that the voice of the caller matched identically the voice in this album, which is the album that came out then. And that would be City Streets in El Parador and Train Ride in a Relationship, Waltzing on the Clouds. Oh, Brent and I, we were in the heavens. Our feelings were so elevated and so high, and I captured this in my book, The Forbidden Abyss. And then Rude Awakening, number 7, when he wakes up with a strange woman in him next to the bed, in his bed, that was Loree McBride. She's the Rude Awakening, number 7 on here. Then This Is a Nightmare, number 8, follows when he realizes he's been raped by Loree McBride. That's on here. This is our story, me and Brent. Okay, then A Sinking Feeling, number 8, I dumped him for Franco Nero. And if you get my book, The Forbidden Abyss, part 1, it goes into that. And he sings, "What'll I do? What'll I do?" You know, he's down in the dumps. Because I dumped him because of Loree McBride. That's in here. That's number 8. And then number 10, Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone. What happened is I was insulting him all the time. He had a wiretap on my phone, and I kept saying, "You're a coward. You're not manly. I know you don't love Loree McBride. And I don't know, she must be your Paramount Studios official girlfriend, but I can tell this is all a show, and I have no romantic feelings for you anymore. You are a wimp." That's what I told him. I felt so bad about that when I figured out she was a Vatican agent. And then 11, when Jesus told me that Loree was a Vatican agent, I reinstated Vladimir with Brent with full honors. That's number 11, Reunion. Reunion. 12, A Long Walk Home. When we came together again in 99, when I figured out she was a Vatican agent, it was just, the relationship, the love was just even deeper than ever. There's total forgiveness on both sides. He forgave me for insulting him, and I forgave him for having Loree McBride, and I realized that he never wanted her from day one. Then after 9/11, when the Jesuits did that to intimidate Brent, because he actually took a jet to try to come out and get me on the day of 9/11. They did that. They were planning on crashing Brent Spiner's jet. Of course, the Lord intervened, and it didn't happen, but 9/11 happened. I was so overwhelmed by 9/11, I decided I needed a president in my life, and that's when Vladimir Putin came in. And that's why Brent is singing 13, "Come Back to Me, Gail. You've kind of like wandered off. Where are you?" Right here in Dreamland, because I went off with Vladimir Putin. It isn't that Brent didn't like Vladimir Putin, but he just missed me. He still cared about me, still loved me, still longed to make love to me. And we hadn't discovered brain to brain yet, though. He had a wiretap on my phone, and I would talk to him. We had a long distance relationship, and even though this doesn't portray the relationship as long distance, there are so many similarities between what happened between me and Brent. It's obvious he made this for me. Troubles Ahead, that's 14. That's when the Jesuits attacked me and Vladimir and Brent. And that's all Troubles Ahead, where he was always worried about me dying. The reason he hasn't married me is because Loree McBride always threatened to kill me. So that's what Troubles Ahead is in here. And then he thought I died. Actually, Loree McBride threatened to blow up my car and all sorts of things. And so that's what's talking. And then he says, "You're alive! You're alive!" That's right here in Dreamland. Brent's always worried I'm going to die. Okay. And then in 2006, I reinstated him back as my #1 lover, and that would be number 13, Stairway to Heaven. I'm a stranger in paradise. And then I would say number 16 track on here describes our present relationship. To know you is to love you. And he kind of hints at my marriage list by saying that all these other people love me too. See? You may say, well, but Loree McBride's mentioned. Yeah, here she is, right down there. Right down there. Take a look. Down at the bottom. Big mention, man, with the whole group. You know why he mentioned her? He mentioned her because she threatened to kill me. Loree McBride knows that Brent Spiner made Dreamland for me. The whole storyline resembles our relationship from 1990 to now. So she said, if you don't put my name on there, I'm going to kill Gail, like I've always threatened to do. You know how she's maintained her relationship with me, with Brent? By threatening to kill me if Brent won't keep her as his girlfriend. That's been her main method. And it works real effectively because, you know, he loves me, he doesn't want me to die. So I'm right there in Dreamland. He made this for me. He's even admitted that he made this for me. The Jesuits even have admitted at some of their websites, orderofthejesuits.com, that he made that for me. He also made this album for me. And you know, this album is very excellent. And in some ways, I think it's better than Dreamland. It's really strange that it's not available to the general public. You know why this album is not available to the general public? Because Loree McBride threatened to kill Brent Spiner if he wouldn't take this off the market. Because she knew that this was proof that he made this for me. You say, how do you know that? There are 12 songs on here total. It's all love songs based on pop hits from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And 3 of these songs talks about a lover who's not with him, but he longs for. More Than You Know, track number 3. Long, Long Time, track number 7. And track number 12, Good Night, Sweetheart. All of these talks about a woman who's not with him, but who he loves and who he dreams about in his sleep. 3 tracks out of 12 songs talks about a long-distance lover. That's an awful lot. And then the other tracks, Time After Time, that captures the tone of the relationship that Brent and I had in the 1990s. The very thought of you, he was in Dreamland about me. The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. Dreamland. More than you know, more than you know, girl of my heart, I love you so. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. It's a sin to tell a lie. His feelings were permanent. He wanted me to know. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, and just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. He made this for me. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. Nothing could be sweeter than the sweetly when I meet her in the morning. Southern guy with Southern Texas class. He's my kind of man. I like Texas guy. Zing when the strings are, when I fall in love, it will be forever. Good night, sweetheart, though I'm not beside you. Good night, sweetheart, still my love will guide you. That's this. You can hear this at my website, the whole thing. I have links all over the place where you can hear all these songs. 3 songs out of 12 from me.